Welcome back to the Oi Rio Pro, the fourth stop of the Samsung Galaxy Championship Tour. We are into round 3, heat number 3, with Nat Young taking on Dusty Payne. California versus Maui for a spot into round 4. We've already had a couple of big wins. Toledo, John Florence will meet up in the first heat of round 4. And they'll be joined by the winner of this one, Joe Chappelle, with former world champ Martin Potter, as we kick things off with Dusty Payne. Working out a couple of backside turns real quick to try to get a quick jump on Nat Young.
Yeah, one of the first left-handers we've seen today, and Nat answering back straight away, Joe.
Choosing the backhand. Nice top turn. Snaps it nice and sharp in the pocket, and he'll get out of there. So speedy little right. What do you think here, Potts?
Yeah, well, as I said before, one of the first lefts we've seen. Beautiful opening maneuver right there. Scoring this morning has been very tricky. Obviously, conditions are not lending themselves to big scores here at the moment. And Nat Young answers back straight away on his backhand. So very similar waves, I would say, as far as scores go. Nat Young, his weapon of choice is his backhand, obviously a little bit more dominant.
He qualified on tour to put himself in the top 10 picture. Meanwhile, locking into the barrel, Dusty Payne looking to punch out. He'll emerge real quick, and the next section takes him down. Is it really just a lucky dip?
It is a lucky dip, as we see Dusty just double hand drag there, trying to get himself nice and deep. Did exit the tube right there, but that wave not cooperating. You know,
through Payne, and knowing that you can't show exactly what you want to do on every wave.
Yeah, and surfing's such an expression sport, isn't it? Dusty up and riding again on a little left.
Checking out that left-hander through the whitewater, big bowly section. He'll throw that inside, close out hack away. His first wave a 4.17, second wave a 3.5. Here in round 3, heat number 3, with the winner of this heat with an opportunity to surf against John and Toledo later on in this contest, which could be today. Speedy snap off the top for the Californian, nice vertical, but he'll go down.
Thing, you know, so everyone's really intent, all eyes on the ocean. Everyone's down here paying attention to this because it's difficult out there, so you really got to be head on a swivel and go out there with a game plan, a plan A, probably a plan B, and a plan C.
Thank you very much, Kaipo Guerrero, doing a great job downstairs.
Go those ones that almost look impossible to make. Dusty Payne, this is one of those. You can see the board trying to hang in right there. Dusty further up on the nose of the board. That thing just unloaded on that sandbank. Sometimes you come out of those, though, I mean, especially when you're as talented as Dusty.
Last few days, we've seen Dusty just sort of comfortably eating by himself, real mellow, training at night, really focused, but he's still really excited about this call-up as an injury replacement wild card. Payne up, now searching for that first jam off the top. Nice and solid and powerful, blows the fins out for an exciting finish.
Payne blowing the fins out on that last maneuver. You can see Nat still paddling on that treadmill, so to speak. Dusty Payne finds one underneath priority. Nice little opening maneuver. I love this last turn here. He sets it up and then just jams that tail through the back of the wave. Comes out of that one. So that's going to come down as the highest scoring ride of the heat. See how tricky it is to ride. There's a lot of lump and bump, that residual white water from the wave before. Dusty nailing that last turn. The judges loved it, 6.83, so Dusty Payne out in front. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to get on that slippery slope. Wants to keep that ball rolling.
Nat now searches for a right as he sets up his first move. Bottom turns onto the left hook. Weightless on the landing and now jams it on the inside corner, but he can't hang on to the finish. Good for one explosive first turn. Last of Dusty Payne was a 6.83. So Young was looking for a 6.18 to take the lead, and looked like he was on his way, Potts, with that big explosive first jam.
Look at the replay, nice clean little wave. Got to get those insiders right there, jams it under the lip with that free fall drop. So you could call that a combination of maneuvers. I mean, it's and then just didn't quite ride out of that last one. You got to ride out of those last turns. Nat Young, one of the best backhands in the world, jams it right there, and then that critical free fall drop. I mean, that was on the edge kind of stuff right there from Nat Young. He's looking for a 6.18. Didn't quite ride out of that. You can see the body language of got to finish those ones off, especially against Dusty, who's dropping, well, starting to find a little bit of rhythm.
It sort of seems like the hub for competitive surfing. Sort of like at home, you see a lot of people moving to San Clemente. People are moving to this venue. packing the pit on the forehand. Nat Young sliding out on the carb to finish. He nailed his first turn on his backhand on his last wave to try to get the lead. He got a 5.83 there.
And that's what the judges will be trying to figure out as well. How deep was that? We've seen a couple of nice little barrels today with John Florence, but not a deep one. So Dusty up and riding.
Dusty Payne, big power hook off the top. Jams that inside section with a lot of power and intensity. Dusty Payne is fighting for a spot in round 4. A lot of fire in his step. Let's take another look.
Yeah, let's have a look at Nat Young's first backdoor in the section. So not a super deep barrel. And the judges have been quite critical with that this morning. You can see there, quick little in and out, and then didn't quite connect. You can see the white water, the board bouncing out of the wave right there and goes down. So tricky little section for Nat Young, looking for a score. Dusty Payne, beautiful opening maneuver. I love this turn right here. You can see how he connects. He comes down, he looks back at the spray as if to say that felt good. So Nat Young did get the lead, Joe, with a 5.70. Dusty on that occasion looking for a 4.70. And there's the score.
Scores for Dusty Payne, a 7.60. Right back in the lead. Nat Young back to second. Now he's back as an injury replacement wild card, but he's trying to channel that little sea bass roll. Fired up and taking advantage of this. Big meaty section out in front is going to hold him off the tube. And so Dusty kicks out. Still out front, 7:40 to go. That's totally, everything changes. Knowing your scores sets up your heat strategy. Dusty Payne finds a left. Sets up a backside carve off the top. Plenty of speed. Big section, hammers it. Dusty on fire, total control, staying on his feet, and he's still fired up. 5:50 to go. Dusty and Nat in their first one-on-one matchup ever. And Payne really setting the bar here. 14.43 total. Let's have a look, Bots.
Yeah, you know, I'm really impressed with the way Dusty's approaching this heat right now. Surfing really solid. Some nice turns. That's 2-turn combos. The judges are loving it. He's looking to replace the 6.83, but I was looking at Nat to take this kind of role of being that consistent guy, catching the waves, not falling off.
Looking forward to the Fiji Pro, which starts June 5th for the top 34. It'll be a quick turnaround for the top 17, the best women surfers in the world, with Tyler Wright. 3 wins out of 4 to kick off this season. Now wears the Jeep yellow jersey, heading into the next contest. Quick wave for Dusty Payne as he's up and out.
Do you use your backhand or your front side? I mean, that's the question.
Dusty Payne doing a great job as an injury replacement wild card. Remember, he took out Josh Kerr at Bells. Now Nat Young on an important ride. Bottom drops out, packs his barrel backside. He'll get spit out. So a tight little tube on the back end of Nat Young when he was searching for an 8.8 to turn this thing around. 15 seconds, and Dusty sits out the back with priority. It might just come down to that little tube here, Potts. Let's take a look.
Yeah, nice technique here from Nat Young. Just doesn't let go of that rail straight off the takeoff. A couple of nice sections there. So Nat Young, that's going to be a big ask for 8.80. You've really got to disappear. You've really got to get that nice deep, you know, sort of throaty spitting barrel. Any kind of slowing yourself down, it's almost manufacturing it. The judges are not going to buy into that. Score's dropping for Nat, and it's a good one, but not enough.
A 6.93 for Nat Young when he is chasing an 8.80. Getting spit out of a barrel is always the dream for all surfers around the world, but at this level, Nat knows he was searching for something a little bit more solid. And Dusty Payne, the wild card coming into play, former full-time on the top 34, showing a brilliant performance at Baja da Tijuca, making no mistakes. Even his mid-range scores in this heat were fun to watch, just showing he was feeling a sense of urgency, got that active start. Now he takes on Toledo and John in round 4.
Well,